Hey everyone, Jessica here from Integral Travel. In this video, I'll be sharing with you a stretch to help you address your low back pain. First, I'll show you the stretch, including 3 key components to do it effectively and safely for your body. And then afterwards, if you're interested, you can continue watching and sort of get the anatomy behind it, like why it works and what muscle it's addressing. So without further ado, let's jump right in. If you've done yoga before, you might be familiar with this stretch. It's called crescent lunge. And you do it by stepping 1 foot forward and the other foot back behind you. So your feet should be about hip distance apart, and this will help with your balance. Now, if you still are feeling wobbly, you're always welcome to have a chair next to you to help you keep your balance, keep you upright. The key components here are to not let this front knee go in front of your ankle. If it does, there's so much force coming out of the femur here, it starts to put wear and tear over the knee joint that could be damaging over time. So make sure your knee is stacked directly above your ankle. This back foot, the heel should be lifted and your hip should be facing the wall in front of you. So you might want to rotate that hip that you're opening, rotate it forward in order to really feel the stretch. Now, there also might be a tendency here to lean forward into the stretch. So the idea would be to pull your torso and your chest back, potentially even tuck your tailbone down underneath you and level out your hips. You can assist with that process by bending your back knee, feel your pelvis level out, and then try to keep it where it is while you straighten the back leg. Now, if you want a little bit more, you can extend your arms up to the sky. And if you want even more, you can lift your heart and come into a little bit of a back bend. Now you should be feeling this stretch in the front side of that hip, and potentially you don't even have to go as deep as I was just showing you in order to feel that. As long as you can feel that opening, then you're addressing the right muscle. And the muscle that we're addressing here is called the psoas, and it attaches at the head of the femur, but on the inside of the leg, wraps around the front of the hip here, and then attaches at the anterior side of the spine, that is your spine, but in the front. So on the abdominal side of your spine, as opposed to the side of the spine that you can feel. Now, when this muscle, when you spend a lot of time sitting, if you'll notice my 2 hands kind of come closer together, which means that that muscle is in a shortened position. Now, if you spend a lot of time sitting, then when you stand, those muscle fibers, which are meant to sort of glide in and out of each other, like if you imagine the fibers of a Chinese finger trap, but they can become stuck in that shortened position and can sort of create this pulling sensation that manifests in your body as low back pain. So in order to relieve that pulling and reintroduce the gliding mechanism into the muscle fibers, it's essential to stretch them equally in the opposite direction. So doing so, because the muscle wraps around the front of the hip, this stretch does just that. It makes the distance between these 2 points greater because the muscle has to travel in this pathway. So again, one more time, the key components: don't let your front knee go over your front ankle, feet hip distance apart, and then keep your torso upright as opposed to leaning forward. Again, you're welcome to have a chair for extra balance or raise your arms for extra sensation. So I hope this stretch alleviates your low back pain, or at least if you start to incorporate it on a daily basis, particularly in those moments where your low back is bothering you, that you do find some relief. Thanks so much for watching today. Feel free to share your questions, your challenges, and your success stories with these movements and stretches in the comments below. And feel free to visit us at integraltravel.com to learn more ways that you can take your health back into your own hands and maximize your body's natural capacity to heal itself. Remember to hit the subscribe button below, and we'll see you next time.